So my name's Alex Schofield. I'm a part-time property investor. I've been actively investing for just over 6 months now, and I joined the Premier Property Inner Circle around 2 months into my what I call active investing journey. Well, before I joined Premier Property, I worked full-time for the government. I still work for the government full-time and I enjoy what I do. But what I found with Premier Property is I've learned a range of different strategies that can work to help you not only leave your current job but achieve financial freedom. I'm at the stage now where I'm actively applying and implementing some of the learning that Cam and his team have taught me, and I'm starting to realise financial freedom is very possible within the next 3 years. My ambition is to build a rent-to-rent business and share and develop some sort of coaching service to other investors. And what's been great about Premier Property is they don't just help property investors, but they help you grow your business. So if you wanted to develop coaching or if you wanted to develop a business in marketing, Cam's also experienced at that, and I've found his valuable insight and one-to-ones really helpful in helping me grow and realise different things. Well, there are a lot of training companies out there. The market is very noisy. What made me choose Premier Property was that not only is Cam based in East London, which is near me, which is near where I invest, but there's no bullshit. Cam is upfront. What you see is what you get, and I think from following Cam, really going to his networking meetings, watching him speak at shows, attending the one-day events and the 3-day masterclasses, I can see he practices what he preaches. He always gives more. The session's always overrun. He always goes that extra mile when he's answering questions. And it's clear to me how much he cares about not only helping investors, but helping people in the community to grow. Well, in my day job, in my career, it's taken me 7 years to reach my current level, my current income, my current performance. I read about property investing in the Metro newspaper, and I went to one of the shows at the London Excel. I attended Cam's talk in October last year, in October 2015. Loved what he said, loved what he taught, signed up for the one-day workshop straight away. And the one-day workshop just opened my eyes. It made me realise there's so much money, so much profits to be made from property, and there's so many different strategies that you can use to suit your individual circumstances. You don't need money to start, you don't need knowledge to start, you just need a bit of commitment and a bit of drive. When you sign up with the right training company, it's achievable. So since October last year, I've learned so much about speaking, I've learned loads about coaching, and the property investment side is coming, doing viewings, JVing with people, and I'm just building towards that first deal that will make me achieve a passive income. I'm not so much worried about my progress because I've realised how much I've grown in the past 6 months compared to what it took me 7 years in my traditional career. And you know, I have Premier Property to thank for that, I have Cam's team to thank for that, because I wouldn't have learned it any other way. In terms of where I am now and the steps I'm taking to move forward, I have a clear goal. I have a clear plan that's broken down into manageable steps. And what I'm doing now is just speaking with other investors, building my network, building my client base, and building a foundation that will help me become successful over the next 3 years. I do have a long-term plan, which does seem daunting at the moment, but I've realised already I'm 6 months into it, and I'm taking small steps, and I'm having little wins. It's those quick wins and little wins that give me the momentum and the drive to take it to the next level. As an example, I'm establishing my limited company. I've spoken to accountants, speaking to solicitors, and I have a clear idea about what I want from those relationships, and I wouldn't have that without the education that I've learned from Cam. But what I like about property, honestly, is the community. People you meet at these networking shows have so much energy. I mentioned my career where I work in my day job. I'll do a presentation, I'll speak there. It's not my content, it's not my slides, but there's just so much more energy in the room. When you speak to other property investors, they're always passionate about helping others, they're always passionate about a deal that they're working on, and they're always happy to share. And that's really inspiring. You know, you can spend 15 minutes networking with somebody at an event. You can learn so much that will accelerate your results. And for such a low cost as well, I think it's £20 to attend a networking event, roughly, in the UK, different across the UK. And you can learn so much in one night. That might take you years to learn in a traditional career or a traditional job. By being successful in property, it'll move my life forwards, you know. When I was younger, I played a lot of football. I mucked around quite a lot. But I have 1-year-old daughter now, and when she was born, it made me take myself a lot more seriously and made me want to reach the next level, not only my personal growth but financially as well, so that I can provide for my family. So in terms of my next steps, my aspirations, it is financial freedom so that I can spend more time with my family, and I've no doubts that Premier Property will help me achieve that. I would recommend the Premier Property Inner Circle to anybody who has some idea about property. They want to make the most of their time. They want to make the best returns with the money that they have to start with. And I'd recommend it for anybody who wants to have fun when they're investing. You can invest in property on your own, but if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. You will make a lot of mistakes doing this on your own. When you speak to other people in an inner circle or people who are committed to investing in property, you naturally get better quality advice from those people you speak to, and you'll build your knowledge up much more quickly than you will by attending free events or not making a commitment into the Premier Property Inner Circle. I've found a lot of opportunity simply by networking with people during breaks at the Premier Property Inner Circle meetings. It saved me a lot of money, saved me a lot of time. As an example, I found a rent-to-rent deal just by speaking to someone in the networking breaks. And it saved me money sourcing, it saved me leafleting and so on, just by attending the networking sessions. So the inner circle is for anybody who is committed to success and wants to grow and move forward in the world of property investing. I'd associate Premier Property as being a company that is unique and a lot of fun to work with. I think whenever you're going to invest your time in property or anything, any job, any career, when you invest your time, you undertake due diligence. You need to make sure you're doing due diligence so that you're getting a maximum return on what you're doing. So you've got a plan and a direction. I attended the one-day workshop first. I got an overview of what CAM's about. I learned the basics of property investment strategies. And I used that as a stepping stone for the 3-day program. I wanted to learn more about these. I wanted to spend more time with CAM and his team and have the opportunity to elaborate more and ask more questions about certain strategies that I was interested in implementing. Went to the 3-day workshop, again, learned more, loved it, had fun, met a lot of like-minded people who could help me grow, who could help me save money and time. And that motivated me to take it to another level, to take it to the inner circle. And as a result of being in the inner circle, have a structured and tailored development program for me that I'm accountable for delivering. Nobody else, me. But it just makes it easier. Being in the inner circle makes it easier. I can help others, others can help me, give me quick answers. I have an accountability partner who I can ask questions of. And it's just helped me to accelerate my results. That's the big difference. And like I say, you can invest in property without the right knowledge, without the right education, without the right mindset, but you will only ever have limited success. When you network in the inner circle, you'll always reach the next level. There's always someone here who's bigger than you. There's always a speaker here who's got a higher level of success. And by just being around those people, it will encourage you to grow. So that's been the biggest benefit for me from joining the inner circle.